In my last installment, we rigged the window so that it would stay up using wood screws. I want to go ahead and show you this part here. So if you look, it's got a button that holds it, and then it's got a slider. So if you look here, there's the slider, there's the button, which means that when this comes off, it pops out and then up. I was prying it with a screwdriver. That is wrong. You actually want to go out and then up. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and pull this door loose. Let's see how easy that is with one hand. I might have to actually get out the tripod here. If I remember right, I think we can do it this corner. You might need a screwdriver or something. It just pops right off. Now I missed about half the buttons. If you remember, I said that you would have to replace the buttons. This is from Advance, the Dorman Chrysler GM. Interior door panel, push retainers, and there's a part number. Oh, let's go ahead and pop this guy loose. Oh, hey, I might want to take the screws out. So, we'll go ahead and take the screws out. Now, those are T20s, I believe. Let me go get the tool. Yes, T20 Torx. Go ahead and pop that screw out right there. And go just like that. And then pull that out. And then we'll pull this one out. Just like that. I'm not going to show me pulling the screws out. And continuing. We got the two screws out. Let's go ahead and continue pulling the door. Now, you got this, go ahead and lock your door. And it pulls up and out. And now you've got this you've got to deal with. So you've got the door hinge, or the latch. This just lifts up. You pull it back without breaking it, because I've broken it before. And pops right out. And you've got the window, has just a button, that's a flat connector in the front. The other one has the pull-out thing, this blue pull-out thing, which I don't know if I can get where's my hand? There it is. If you look, there's a little blue pull-out thing on the front of it. You gotta pull out first. That you gotta pull out first. God bless it. There it goes. Pull that out. And then the tab is on the front. And then underneath the blue thing. Pull it looser. There we go. Come on. I always end up breaking that. On this car, I've already broken it. There we go. Now it's loose. And if you break this little guy, like I did, not a big deal. Just slide it back in. And it slides back in. There's a little track you can see on the back side. And it slides right back in there. It only goes in one way. There you go. Okay. Now then, this, we're going to go ahead and pull it loose because we're going to put the door thing on later. So, that pops out. You know what? I'm going to leave it because it's going to be in my way if I'm going to slam the door on it sooner or later. So the next thing, 10 millimeter here, 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 and here. Now you want to go ahead and check your new one. Your new one comes with that one and that one. It doesn't come with the other two. There's also a 10 millimeter that's going to be here on your door, which corresponds, it's underneath, it's hiding here. And to get the plastic off, this is going to have to come off too. So we're going to go ahead and pull it off. Because I'm going to need to put it back on for the plastic. Gotta remember, I had this door apart already, so I put it back together without the plastic because there's no reason to put. The more times you put the plastic on and off, the less times you're gonna be able to use it. And I've heard that plastic's hard to get your hands on. The cover that goes here. So I know I should be using a drill or impact driver, but I don't have a bit for that. Maybe Santa will bring me some stuff like that for Christmas. I had that stuff. It got stolen, so I get to do it the old-fashioned way. Put that in my handy-dandy magnetic tray. All these screws are the same. All these T20s. They all come out of the same gun at the factory. So next thing, we'll get the tin and we'll pull this off. Okay. Now these bottom ones have to come all the way out. So we'll just go ahead and take them all the way out. I should probably get my air out for this, but I'll have it done before I get my air charged up. This one comes all the way out. You know, maybe Santa will bring me one of the fancy battery ratchets. Those are nice. Pull that one all the way out. Now this is where it comes in handy to have the window taped up shut. Oh, come on all the way out. There it goes. Because these clamps have come loose. Now if you remember, I've got these screws here holding all this together. Well, they're actually T25s, but this T20 will fit it. It's not that tight. So the tape is holding the window up right now. As soon as I pull these screws out, those little clamps are going to fall to the wayside. There's the other one. That's the one that was going through the metal, so it'll be a little harder to get out. You got to go right in the bottom of the door. You fish that out of the door. There's no things rattling around in your door. So now you can loosen the last two bolts. And these don't actually have to be. Well, I put the wrong bolt in up here, so it does have to come all the way out. I had this thing out before and I got the wrong bolt. So this one, it's got the washer on it. That's the one that goes here, I believe. And this one, just slip it out. So, set the motor. Fish it on out of there. Get on out of there. And of course it's hung up like that. There's the other one. Oh, the electrical. Ha! Might want to undo the electrical. Now this is easy. I think it has a, yeah, it has a red slide back right here. Slide that back. And then push the button, pops right off. So it's got a button on it. Right there, you gotta push that button. So it's out of there. Alright, once you get everything out of the door, we get a flashlight and look down in here from one end to the other. Look for all little giblets and stuff like this right here. They're falling down on the door. Get all that loose stuff out of there. Then go over to the one you got in the mail. Yep, that's the same. That's the same. That's the same. Part number's the same. I went ahead and bought a genuine GM, or at least they said it's genuine GM. So these things always break. One of these cables break. I actually don't know which cable breaks. I just know cable breaks and the window falls out. Next thing you want to do, go ahead and just jam this sucker back up in there. And those screws are loosened up. It's got grease all over it. Be careful of the grease. This will go here. Watch the speaker. And yeah, it's gonna fight you. There we go. That hangs there. This one hangs here. Slide those guys right in there. And we'll get the bottom bolts. 10mm. Get them started. And your handy dandy wrench. Plug. Now the plugs, there's two types. This is a 7-pin. The other pin one is a 3-pin. 7-pin is the all the way up, all the way down stop. That's the deluxe. Then there's a 3-pin. That's the standard window. The deluxe one's a little more expensive. Make sure you get the right one. Ask me how I know that one. Thought I'd save some money one year. Tighten that up. Don't tighten that up yet. Got one more screw. There we go. And that one goes here. Made that mistake before. Yep, already too tight. Nope, we're good. Yeah, this is usually how I bumble my way through stuff. Even when I know what I'm doing, I'm still a bumble. Now these holes you drilled, I've already done it here. You want to go ahead and hit them with a little spray paint just to make sure your car doesn't rust out if it gets wet in there. Tighten that one up. Tighten this one up. Tighten this one up. And then lastly you do the top ones, because they're in a slot, so they're not as crucial. Now this is the thing I struggled with before, was jacking around the window with these down here. You got to get them up aligned with these holes. There's no way around it. So you got to hook the door up again, and then you got to carefully line them up with the thing because they're clamps. And make sure they don't hit the window going up. Break the window going up. Make sure they're pretty darn loose. These are pretty darn loose. You're going to ease the window up. It's going to want to slam up. Don't let it slam up. This is the part I hate. It's either that or you got to let the window down into these, but see, you can't get to them. That's a little pain in the butt. You can actually let the window down and then ease it up. I don't like doing that either. I just don't like this part at all. So let me get the door hooked up. Maybe I can ease it up there. I probably should just ease it on up before I put it in. I don't know. I've never been real clear on how to do this part safely. We look at the clamp, so you can see that it's loose. You just want to ease it up, but you certainly don't want to whack it against the window because it's metal. You don't want to break that window. This is the part I hate. Getting this thing back into position. So we'll just put the door like that. Over the wires very gently. And then we'll just inch that sucker on up. I'll reach in there and make sure that everyone's all happy. Hey, shut up. I had enough. I gotta hear this beeping. This is the part they never show you in the videos. It's this part. That's about right. You can actually look down from the top, look from the sides. When you look from the sides here, everything looks kosher. My wife was wanting to talk to me, so we're going to go ahead and pause. So here's the trick to these. I'm going to show you the old one. So here's the old clamp. The window has to go in there until it's actually against this plastic. See, it's got this saddle in the bottom that goes to that, along that plastic. So that's what you got to feel for right there. You just stick your finger up in there and feel, or you can look. And like I said, this is the part I hate because my hands are big. Looks like it's all the way up. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the door back off and we'll have a look. And if it's not all the way up, then I get to put the door back on and raise it a little bit more. So, can't really see it. On this one, you reach in to the back side and you can feel the plastic and you can feel the rubber. This is definitely all the way down. Broke the peepers on it. Yeah, I can feel that the glass is against the plastic here. This one, you reach up through this side. Same thing. It's actually a little past the plastic. That might have to come down just a hair. Yeah, that's too high. If I tighten that up, it'll break the glass. So one of them is down past the plastic. Let me look at this. Maybe not. I'm feeling here. So this is the back one. If you look at it, the plastic's kind of L-shaped. Oh, it's sitting right on it. So I can feel the rubber, I can feel the plastic. Here, I can feel the rubber, I can feel the plastic, it's sitting right on it. So now I can tighten these down. I'm always really worried about this because I screwed it up bad once. First time I ever did this, this is the part that I never saw in a video anywhere. How do you make the glass line up? So just kind of ease that in there. And then you tighten it down till you see a big crack come across the glass like that. No. Just kind of click, like so. Sorry, I stole that from somebody else. Same thing over here. Gotta remember you're gripping glass with rubber pads. That's why I'm using this tiny wrench, so I don't over tighten this stuff. All right. Okay. We're good there. We're good there. Double check on my things. that. Double check that. Double check that. Double check this. Double check this. Okay, now it's ready to go get the plastic part. Yay! I got that inside the house. Be right back. So here's the plastic thing. This is where we got to pull this guy loose. That pops out. Is it already popped out? No. So we're going to go ahead and pop this out. I hate these things. Oh, GM. What devil designed it? Okay, that's popped out. Then it's got a tab right there. Pull that loose. This goes like so. It's got sticky on it. Now if it doesn't stick, you can tape it or you can silicone it. Just make sure whatever glue you use is not so strong that the next time you have to get back in this door, because you will, that you have to break it and get back in the door. Let's see. What do we got here? So this here. Yeah, just remember, these things break on a fairly regular basis, so get used to it, guys. And this is here, and then these holes line up. That's usually where I start. There's my bracket, and then the T20. Should be done with the 10. Find the holes this thing goes in, which is there and there. And that will help you line up this stupid plastic thing. You can leave the plastic thing out, but you will get like all kinds of wind noise and cold air and everything else coming through this door that you won't like. Remember, car manufacturers put things on cars for a reason. If they can save a penny making a car, they will save a penny making a car. Because if they save a penny making a car, that equates to hundreds of thousands, or if not millions of dollars saved over the life of making all the run. Because if you save a penny on 1,000,000 cars, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can work out the math, but I don't care. You can work out the math if it makes you happy. So we want to go ahead and tighten this guy up, but not all the way. Because we got to get this plastic piece put back on. And hopefully my stickum, when I stored it with the stickum side down in the hopes that I could get it to stick again. It doesn't look like it's going to. That's a big negatory, Daryl. So there's a bump there that lines up back here, and there's a bump here that lines up somewhere. Okay, so this is going to have to be taped. It's not going to stay. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this guy up, then I'll show you what I've done. So I just got my handy dandy roll of Gorilla Tape. Where's that? Over here. Just your regular Gorilla Tape. And just made it into little pieces. You start right here. Well, you put this on first, loose. And you start right here. There's a little bump. Line that up. Then over here there's a little hole. And then there's a mounting button hole, I think. And it was actually sticky there still. And then down by the bottom of the speaker, I put a piece, and then just a couple pieces along the bottom, making sure nothing's going to show, making sure I'm not covering up any of the mounting bump holes, because I'm going to need them. There's one that I kind of covered up. So that needs to be lined up better. Like so. Any place that the door buttons are. There's one there, one down here somewhere. I can't even see it. There it is. One there. One here. Not a big deal. And I don't think that's one, but it might be. So then we go ahead and plug that back in. Push the thing. Make sure it's latched. Put it back in its hole. Got the door ones. Got this guy. Tighten that back up. You wait till after you get the door thing situated. Tighten these guys up. And remember, they're kind of screwing into plastic, so you don't want to brute force them. Just clickety clickety click. All right. These guys, open them up. I know I've got a couple busted ones. Go ahead and inspect the back of this guy. Oh, look, there's that top one. There's another one. That one was broken from the factory because I've never had this door panel off and it was broken. That one's good, 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 that one's good. All right, we're set. Got one left over. I can lose it later. And when I need it, I won't be able to find it. Then you plug in the two door plugs. One and two. I find the little blue thing that I broke earlier. Slide it back in there. Slide it back in there correctly. And put the door handle back on. All. This goes in there like so. Stretch it back. Snap it in, and then here comes the fun part. The front of the door goes on first, and the back of the door, and then the best thing you can do here is kind of feel back there, because these things don't line up real well. Fit and finish. One. And just get your handy dandy light. Have a look back there. See what you're doing. So, and then work your way around. You don't want to just slam the door on here, because I guarantee you, you're going to end up bending one of these things. But like I said, they don't line up real well. I don't know how they do this in the factory. They probably got a fancy tool. Correct. This one's not correct. There we go. That's why that was meant from the factory. It's not lining up at all. There we go. Crawl under here. Do the same. Keep going. You gotta look, because the darn holes don't line up real good. What's going on with that? That's bad. See? I told you. Just don't line up right. Yay. Where'd it go? Where you're going to fast forward and go, what are you doing, Daryl? Why are you making this video so long? I don't know.
So you can see me struggling. Everybody edits their struggling out, make it look so easy. You need to see this. Nope. All right, that goes there. Come on, get in there. Oh, that actually uses the wide. That's the problem. That uses the wide mount. No. Does it go behind it? I don't understand. Yeah, it goes like that. Maybe that's why it doesn't want to line up right. Not even close. Well, that's not holding at all. I might have to get the factory one to put here. Put this one somewhere else. Ooh, 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 I think we got it. Oh, fell out again. What the heck? Maybe I can take this one and put it up here. That's not even how it goes. Well, I have a better understanding of why this doesn't work. I just don't understand how it's supposed to go in there. I have a feeling that one's going to get left out. Yep, that one's going to get left out. Did this one just magically go in? It did. Mm. I felt that go in. Just behind that. Feel. Tight. Not tight. What's going on back here? It broke over. It's totally not in position at all. Dadgummit. That totally explains why it was bad from the factory. It's all not correct in that area. That's all right. No big deal. Don't care. Put this one in. And this you gotta push it in and then put the screw in. In the daylight, you can actually look down in there and see. Just use our knee, make it so it lines up with the hole, and get started. And then we do the same thing with the other one. Don't tighten it up yet. I totally missed on that hole. It's all right. I'll make a new one. Yeah, there we go. There's actually a hole in the plastic that it's supposed to line up with. It never seems to line up right. That's okay. And again, you're screwing into a plastic retainer. So you don't want to be too tight on the old torque. Okay. That is tight now. Tight enough. I'm not real happy with it, but it's not working, so it is. It is what it is. That. Okay. Now Oh, this is easy. It just drops in there. Boom. This has 3 little clips. 1, 2, 3. And there's a screwdriver slot at the top of it. So I did it wrong when I just jammed a screwdriver in there and popped it out. 1, 2, 3 clips. Come on. There are so many of these cars that don't have this piece back in them. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, come on. There's one. What the heck? There we go. That's in. And then last, the coupe de crap. This guy here. And he slides down on that and then snaps into that. So slides down on that. And then snaps into that. Boom, done. Time. Okay, now, next thing. Remember we got the window taped up. I've forgotten that before. Tape off. Don't worry about getting it clean. He'll come clean the car wash. Okay. Technically, this window should be fixed. So, turn this on. And it's going to complain about the window. Open, then close a driver window. Open. This will calibrate the window motor. Then close driver window. Boom! Fixed. Good for another 2 years. Now, they make genuine GM parts for about $20 less, maybe $15. I didn't think it's worth it. You can get the non-GM part. Maybe just as good, may not. Don't know, don't care. I spent the extra money on the GM part. So there you have it, folks. Simple Simon. Only took 37 minutes. Y'all have fun.